Welcome to week 4. If you end up completing this week, you will be halfway through the course. That may sound like a tremendous accomplishment, but really it is. And there's a tremendous amount that you have already learned, and I'm going to show you a really neat tool that you can use now. Chapter 23 deals with sentence syntax. Now that sounds complex. Not to worry, it's very short. It is important in that it discusses word order and a few other things about the way sentences are put together. Now, word order is important in a language that does not have a lot of case endings, like English. Here, in this case, they work through a number of things that you already know. The verb, the subject, the object, perfect, imperfect, adjectives, and things like that, in the order that they fall in and how they're used. Now, if you're really intimidated by this, you should have a look at Waltke, that's Bruce Waltke, I've mentioned him before, and Michael O'Connor's Biblical Hebrew Syntax. They call it an introduction. How thick is that? Now, believe me, I don't think anybody has really mastered this text, and it really is an introduction. Hebrew syntax is the least studied part of Hebrew grammar, and I suggest that you get your hands on this. When you come to a passage that you're going to study, don't read through the whole thing. Look it up in the index. And that's why I've run around and I've collected every Hebrew syntax that I can get my hands on. I've gotten them in German and English, and there are some others around there that I haven't been able to get my hands on. Hey, there's only so much time and so much money and so much shelf space. Well, get your hands on this. It's a tremendous tool. Chapters 24 to 25 begin your studies of the derived stems. Do you remember the call paradigm? Well, if you do, the rest of the book should be pretty easy to understand. If you didn't get the call stem down really well, you should go back and review it till you can talk your way through it really quickly. So you should be able to go katal, katala, katalta, katalt, katalti, katalu, kataltem, katalten, katalnu, yiktol, tiktol, tiktol, tiktoli, ektol, yiktalu, tiktolna, tiktalu, tiktolna, niktol. Right? Can you do that? Well, I've been doing it for a few years, so that's why I can do it well. The rest of the book will be dealing mostly with the derived stems, 2 chapters each to help you really get a grasp of the concepts. Now, most folks will not be happy until they get the details of the paradigms down. I suggest you get the call down and then make a comparison in your mind with them. That detailed stuff never really worked for me. This week, the stem is the nifal, generally considered to be the passive of the call. And there's some other uses that the textbook talks about. Our authors differentiate important distinctions of the way it's written by putting the differences in red. Notice those. They deal with the strong verb first in the nifal and then the weak verbs in the nifal. The narrative at the end of chapters 24 and 25 deal with the call of Moses, tantalizingly stating that they will return there. Hope you read through it. Hope you really enjoy it. I think they've done a really good job. Hope you have a really great week. Again, if you have any problems, please contact me and we'll help you work through any of the problems that come up. Have a great week.